Today we're gonna make Rice Krispie bars. In your week 1 packet, you have this packet and it says Rice Krispie treats. So I'm gonna go page by page and we're gonna walk through this step by step. The second page tells us what we need for our Rice Krispie treats. We're going to need butter, marshmallows, and Rice Krispies. Then it gives us the directions on what we need to do. The directions are in each page that follows too, so we're gonna go page by page. So the very first thing we need to do when making our Rice Krispie bars is we need to wash our hands with soap and warm to hot water. We want to make sure we're removing any germs from our hands. So I'm going to do that. Turn on my water, let my water warm up a little bit, get my hands wet. Here's my soap that's always kind of right next to my sink. And I'm going to wash my hands, the fronts and the backs. Make sure you get between your fingers and try to make sure your fingernails are clean too, please. Sometimes people wash their hands singing the alphabet because you should wash them for about 20 seconds. Some people go A, B, C, D, or kind of in their brain, you know, something that, you know that you're spending enough time getting all the germs off your hands. Then I'm going to rinse them really well and turn off my sink. Now I don't have a hand towel out, so I'm going to grab one so I can dry my hands off. Okay, the next step is going to be to wash all your surfaces that you're going to be using. I'm going to be using this countertop right here, so I'm going to wash this space off next. I'm going to move my directions. And what you use to wash your counter is really up to you or your parents. I use this for my countertops. Some people use 409 spray and a rag. Some people use paper towels with a little soap. You just want to make sure your surface is very clean because your food's going to be touching, your items and your food are going to be touching this counter. So I'm going to wipe it off really well. Okay, you can either throw that away or I'm just going to set it aside in case I need it. Okay. So I washed the counters, I will not be using the table, and now I'm going to collect all my supplies that I need for today's activity. We need Rice Krispies. Here I have Rice Krispies. I have 2 boxes just in case we need more than what's in this box. We need a spatula, a bowl, a hot pad, a scissors, butter, marshmallows, a pan spray, and a spoon. So I'm going to grab those things. Here's my bowl. This is a liquid measuring cup. Here is my pan that I'm going to put the Rice Krispie bars in. Spray for my pan. That just makes it so the Rice Krispie bars don't stick to the pan. We're going to need the butter right here. Marshmallows. And let me check and see if I'm missing anything. We are going to need a spoon to stir, and we're going to need a strong one. I probably will use a spatula in place of a spoon. It's really up to you how you want to do that. Okay. So now what we're going to do is we're going to follow the directions step by step. The very first direction says spray your baking pan. So I'm going to take my spray and I'm going to hold my pan up, and I normally do it over my sink because the spray is kind of messy, but it's up to you. And you're just going to want to coat the pan with the spray. So my whole pan is covered. As I cook, I usually put things away if I know I'm not using them again. I'm done using this, so I'm going to put it away. It just makes it easier for cleanup when you're done. Less of a mess. Okay. The next step says add 3 tablespoons of butter to a bowl. We're going to be melting that in the microwave. So I forgot I need a butter knife And I'm gonna get a little cutting board because I don't like to scratch my counters. And I'm going to cut 3 tablespoons of butter. So here's my box of butter. I'm gonna show you something really neat on a stick of butter. It already has the measurements for you. 1 tablespoon, 2 tablespoons, 3 tablespoons, 4 tablespoons, all the way across the butter. And then it also tells you right here how much is a 1/2 cup, a 1/3 cup, like that. So the measurement is right there for you. All right, so we only need 3 tablespoons, so I'm gonna put my butter away. So I'm gonna count 1, 2, 3, and when I get there, I'm just gonna cut it off right there. There's 3 tablespoons. I'm gonna tell you a little trick. I always add a couple extra into my Rice Krispie bars. I don't know if I'm supposed to, but I do because it tastes so good with a little extra butter. So now I'm gonna take this wrapper off and I'm gonna put my butter in here, and I'm going to melt it in the microwave. I'm sure that is the next step in our directions. Oh, it just goes right to that's okay. We're gonna melt our butter in the microwave. Just enough to be soft. So I'm gonna put it in for maybe 30 seconds and see what happens. And you can see, oh, my microwave's a little dirty. It's melting. While that's melting, I'm going to pour 4 cups of marshmallows into a bowl. I'm going to use this glass bowl because it's microwave safe, and we're going to be melting our marshmallows in the microwave. The other thing that this has is it has measurements on the side, so if I need 4 cups, there's a 4-cup line right there. You can use a scissors to cut your marshmallow bag open, or you can tear it open like that with your fingers. And you're gonna pour it in until it reaches the 4-cup mark. This fell on the counter, but my counters are clean, so I can still use it. Yep, there we go. So I poured that into the bowl, and now it's telling us to heat in the microwave for about 3 minutes. It does say place a paper plate over the bowl if needed. That's just to keep it from spilling. We can do that. I have a paper plate right here. You don't have to do that. You're going to want to keep an eye on it while it's in the microwave. I'm going to remove my butter and stick these in. When these start to melt, I will add my butter to that. So on my microwave, if I just hit the 3 button, it'll go for 3 minutes. I'm going to kind of keep an eye on it as it's melting so it doesn't overflow and make a big mess. I'm just looking ahead in my directions while that's cooking to see what I will need next. So as this melts, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my spatula and I'm going to take my butter. In just about 30 seconds, I'm going to take the marshmallows out and I'm going to mix this butter in and I'm going to mix the marshmallows. It's going to be hot probably, so you need to be very careful. So when I open my microwave, that'll stop the timer. And if you can see, they're starting to melt, right? Can you see that okay? See how it's starting to really melt? Oh, that looks so good. Okay, I'm going to put this down and I'm going to set this back in the microwave and I'm going to push start. still keeping an eye on it. Now while that finishes, it tells me to take 6 cups of Rice Krispies and put them in a bowl. So that's my next step. Here's my Rice Krispies. You can reuse this, or you could get a different measuring cup. I'm gonna reuse this. My Rice Krispies might stick to it a little bit, but that's okay. So, when I look at my measurement, this is 2 cups at this top line. I need 6 cups. 2, we're gonna count by 2s. 4, my Rice Krispies are gone. Good thing I grabbed that extra box. Now when we created your kits for you guys, you should have the exact measurements of stuff that you need. Let's look in that microwave and see if our marshmallows are overflowing. I think they're melted. I'm gonna stop it right there. So we're at 4 cups right now, right? 6. There's our 6 cups of Rice Krispies. And then we can save this for breakfast. And this will go into recycling, so I'm going to set that there. Now, oops, one second, here we go. Now we're going to stir in our marshmallows into our bowl of Rice Krispies, and we're going to stir. Now, when you do this, you need to be very careful because this is going to be hot. First, I'm going to stir my marshmallows and my butter together. Look at how they kind of went flat. They looked like so much more in there, didn't it? I get underneath so I can get that butter mixed in, and now I'm going to stir them into this bowl. I kind of spread it out as I pour, and I kind of scrape the sides of my bowl. Some people do a little bit at a time. I just did it all, and now I'm going to stir it all together. That looks so good. Your arm might get tired stirring because you got to really mix it up really good so every little Rice Krispie has some marshmallow on it. Okay, so once it's all stirred together, it tells you right here, ooh, it's sticking to my finger. On your directions, you're gonna pour it into this pan, and then you're gonna kind of press it down. Then you're gonna let it cool all the way, and when it's cool, you're gonna cut it into little squares, and then you can eat it. So that's what we're going to do next. So I take my bowl. My bowl has a little handy holder right here, and you're going to scrape your Rice Krispies into your already sprayed pan. You might have some that stick to the sides of the bowl and you can't get it out. That's okay. You don't have to have every little piece out of there. Okay, so then once you have everything scraped into your pan, see how I have a little bit left in there? That's okay. You can use your spoon to go like that, but what I do, because my hands are clean, is I use my fingers and I just kind of smush it down flat. But like I said, you can use a spatula or a spoon or very, very clean hands. And then I'm gonna let it sit like that until it is cool. When it is cool, we will come back and we will cut it into squares and we will eat it. While the Rice Krispies are cooling in this pan, I'm going to come over to my sink and I'm going to do my dishes. We have a video on how to do dishes in our classroom if you'd like to watch that, so I'm not going to do that for the purpose of time. So when dishes are done, I'm gonna come back over to my Rice Krispie bars that should be cool, and I'm gonna cut them. I can use a butter knife to cut them because they're not really hard to cut. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make lines going across like this, and then I'm gonna come back and do two this way, and that'll make little squares. So here I go. I'm just gonna do a couple lines, just like that. And you can do that all the way through. Let's see, ooh, that's gonna make really big ones. I better do a couple extra lines here. You can choose how big you want your Rice Krispie bars to be by how far apart you place your lines. And then you cut this way. See how that makes a square? So then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take my Rice Krispie bar out, and I am going to eat it and enjoy every bite.